So I'm in the law library, and this black dude coming there. Dude had to be maybe about 24, 25 years old. And he sit right across from me, and I look at him, I'm like, yo, do I know you? Do you need something? He was like, man, I need your help. I'm like, what's up, man? He was like, well, I don't need no protection or anything, but I need your help. I need for you to explain to my gang that, I'm not a rapist. I said, what? He was like, yeah, I need for you to explain to my gang that I'm not a rapist. I said, what do you mean? He was like, well, I want you to read my paperwork so my gang can, read to my gang so they'll see like I'm not that, because my gang is kind of ignorant. And as soon as they see certain words up here, they gonna try to, do me in or whatever. And I'm not a rapist. So I'm sitting there and I'm confused. Like, this dude is a Crip or whatever. And, well, I'm not all the way confused of why he would come to me, because I'm the paperwork king, or you can call me the paperwork eagle. When it comes to paperwork, Dante, hey man, you can't hide. I can tell if you hear something, redacted something, whatever it is, I will know. So, that wasn't the confusing part. The confusing part is, what do you mean you want me to exonerate you for grape? So I said, let me see your paperwork. So I'm reading through it, and I said, this is a closed and shared case. Well, what you mean? He was like, man, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, man. So I threw his paperwork back out, and I said, no, I can't help you. So he got up and started walking off, and for some reason I had a whole bunch of anger just came out of nowhere. Like, I don't know where this anger came from, but all I know is I had an out-of-body experience. So I jumped up, and before I knew it, I had the knife at the dude's neck. Like, I grabbed him, like rear choking or rear choke, I'm choking him. I don't want to say from the back, because I know y'all is so zesty in the comment section. Man, forget I'm a grown man. So I ended up rear naked choking him from the back or whatever. And I had the knife at his neck, and I kept calling him a rapist, right? He was like, bruh, man, let me go, man, please let me go. I said, no, man, you a motherfucking rapist. You want me to exonerate you, man? Fuck you, right? So as I'm doing this, I guess one of his Crip homeboys is walking past, and he see it, and he run in there. And when he see me, he got this look on his face like, oh, this Dante. Like, if I was anybody else, he probably would have popped off on me, right? But he know who I am. So he got, a type of level of respect for me. So he busts up in there. He like, Dante, chill, man, chill. What's going on? Chill. I said, man, this motherfucker a rapist. This motherfucker a rapist. So he like, come on, Dante, don't do this, man. This one of the homies, man. Don't do that. Don't do this to him, right? So I let him go or whatever. So he like, what you mean he a rapist? I said, did you read his paperwork? He was like, no, man. We thought he was good. We thought he was straight. I said, so y'all don't read paperwork? He was like, no, not really. So he was like, explain, right? He telling the dude that came to me in the library, like, explain, but what you mean he a rapist? So he was like, man, you know what, man, since it's already out, man, effort, man, when I'll just go to the big homie and I'll explain to him, right? I said, you know what, yeah, let's all go. So we end up getting into his unit or whatever, and he go in the cell with his big homie. Now, me and his big homie is locked in. So this is why I'm able to be around their business, because this was the same guy, Tony, the dude named Tony. He the leader of the Crips or whatever on this side of the prison. And man, he was locked in, man. He was real tight or whatever. He was the guy that when he went away for, I think 2 to 3 months, he left me in charge of certain operations of the Crip business or whatever. But anyway, so I bust up in the cell with him or whatever. So it's me, Tony, which is the leader of the Crips. You got the dude that's been accused of, doing the unthinkable in his paperwork. You got a couple other Crips in there, right? So I'm setting the stage for y'all. So basically he told him, like, all right, tell me what happened. Tell me exactly what happened in this situation and don't leave nothing out. So he like, okay, this what happened. He said he got on the internet, on Craigslist or whatever, and he was looking up for like casual hookups. So he said that, he basically was on some deviant types, right? Like trying to hook up with random females on the internet. So he go to Craigslist, and I guess he go to like casual hookups, whatever, and he reads something online that said what this, I don't know exactly what it's called because I don't really use Craigslist like that, but it's the thing where I guess a thread, I don't know, a comment where you can click on or whatever. But basically the thing said, fulfill my fantasies. So he said he clicked on it, and basically the description says, that's what it's called, I guess the description. It says, this is my address. Come to my house and have your way with me. Don't knock or anything. Just do it. I'll be in the bed asleep. Come around 2 a.m. So he said, he thought about it. He thought about it some more. So he said, forget it. He wrote the address down, and he said that he just waited. So he said around like 1:30 a.m., he leave out his house and he get to strolling towards the house or whatever. He said the house was like 40 minutes away from his house. So he said when he pulled up to the yard or whatever, he sat by the door for a minute like, nah, I should just leave. But he was like, nah, I'm already here now, so man, forget it. Keep in mind, he don't know what this woman looked like at all. So he said that he opened the door and he walked in the house. So he said he's standing like in the hall. Well, it's not the hallway, it's the foyer. Yeah, that's what it's called, the foyer or whatever. Like when you first walk in the house and it got like where you can put your coat and you take your shoes off and stuff at before you go in the hallway. So he said he's standing there in the foyer or whatever, and the house is dark. So he said he had this real bad feeling like just leave. But he said he just didn't. So he said he just kept walking. So he checking the doors or whatever, and nobody's in them. So he said he go upstairs, and there's a bedroom door that's halfway open. So he said he go in there, and there's somebody laying in the bed. I said, okay, well, what else happened? He was like, so when he basically woke the person up, and the person started screaming and bugging out on him, like hollering and screaming, like, get out my house. What are you doing here? And he said it threw him off, like, wait, huh? But you wrote this Craigslist thing. And then he said that he remembered in the description that it's a role play. So he said that, he basically, well, let me back the story up a little bit, y'all. Let me tell y'all what was in the description. The descriptions basically said, come in the house, find me. No matter what I say or do, I still want you to do this to me. This is part of my fantasy or whatever. So he said that that's what he did. The woman was screaming like, get out my house. Who are you? And, I guess he played his position, played his role, and he commits to do the unthinkable. So he said after he was done, you know, the woman just sat there and she was like, okay, you can leave now, right? So he like, all right, bet. So he said he left. He said it had to be maybe a day later. He said he at the corner store get him some hot Cheetos, and he said like a cop car rolled past slow, and then it hit a U-turn. So he said, I ain't did nothing. I ain't got no gun or drugs on me. I ain't did nothing, so I ain't running. So he said the cop jump out the car and like grab him. And he like, man, what's going on? He was like, man, put your hands behind your back, right? He like, what's going on? He was like, you rapist? He was like, what? Right? So he lock him up, whatever, take him downtown, and they talking to him, whatever, and he like, man, I ain't nobody. So we gonna fast forward to maybe 20 days later. So now he getting the magnitude. He telling the detectives and everything like, yo, I found this ad on Craigslist. I was just doing what the ad told me to do. And they like, man, get out of here, man. Stop lying or whatever. So all this is going on, right? So finally, you know, they let him use a laptop, whatever, to go find the description, whatever, on Craigslist. And it's still up there. It's still up there. So he was like, see, I told you I was right there, right? So after about 20 days of investigation and this and that, they find out that the girl ex-boyfriend made that post, right? He made that post to, I guess, get revenge on her for breaking up with him or whatever. And this dummy is the one that went and executed the deed, right? So they end up tying the ex-boyfriend into it. They charged this Crip guy right here that we got in the cell for aggravated rape or whatever, and some other shit right there. So I'm like, I said, hold up. You mean to tell me you were scrolling on Craigslist, you come across this ad where it's talking about come to my house, do whatever you want to me, even if I fight, yell, and scream, it don't matter, this is part of my fantasy, and you commence to do the unthinkable, and nothing in your being told you not to do this? He was like, yeah, man, yeah, that's what happened. So the cell is quiet, other than me saying what I said out loud to him. The cell is quiet, and everybody looking at each other like, what? Is this dude serious? So Tony was like, hey man, hey Dante, roll on up out of here. Roll on up out of here. So I get up and I leave, right? I'm gonna say, cause this not my unit, y'all. Keep that in mind too. This is not where I'm housed at. I don't even supposed to be here. So I leave out or whatever, get buzzed out. I hit the yard. Cool. I'ma say maybe 3 hours will go by, and you hear alarms blaring. You hearing guards running from here, running. You got guards running everywhere, y'all. Apparently, what they did to him, I don't even know if I can even say it online. I don't even know if I can even, I don't know if YouTube will figure out if if YouTube will allow me to even say this, because they might just take the video down. When the COs found the guy, I don't know what they used, but they cut this dude's arm off. They cut this dude's arm off. He had Crip written on his forearm, whatever. Normally, I heard about, ex-gang members getting, they meat cut off, whatever, wherever the tattoo at, they get it cut off. But I never heard about somebody removing a whole arm. And that's not even the worst of it, y'all. The worst of it is, I was also told that they was like beating him with his arm, with his tattooed arm. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because I wasn't there to see it, but prison rumors, I heard it through the grapevine or whatever. But yeah, that's what happened. Let me ask y'all a question in the comment section. Do y'all think, because I wasn't there, I never seen the ad, I don't know, so I can't say yay or nay, but do y'all think that homeboy was telling the truth? That he really read an ad on Craigslist describing what he did to the woman, or the woman supposedly wanted him to do? Now, I don't know how much time the ex-boyfriend got for making a post or whatever, but do y'all think that really happened, or that he was just on some deviant type and broke into the woman's house and did what he did? Y'all let me know in the comment section. With that, y'all, I'm out.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my movie and my gaming channel. I'ma have that link pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, y'all subscribe to Stacy's Storytime. She's tell phenomenal stories just like myself. And if y'all feeling generous, make sure y'all leave me a tip. I'm accepting Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. Until next time, y'all take care. I'm gone.